Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the press conference focusing on innovative participatory methods in community development. Today, we have the privilege to speak with Ms. Janet Eden-Bach, a highly experienced community development worker who will share her insights on the relevance, effectiveness, advantages, and disadvantages of various participatory methods and tools. So before anything else, let us first have the introduction coming from our guest speaker.
Good morning everyone, Assalamualaikum. I'm Jenny Eden-Bach, a community development worker, currently working at Ministry of Social Services and Development.
Thank you so much for that. And now let's proceed with the first question. Mr. Piang, you will be starting us off with your first question.
Thank you so much, sir, and Ma'am Jonathan. My focus is on gender analysis. So it's examining how gender roles and relations influences community development initiatives. And along with that, it also helps in identifying inequalities and tailored a more specific and more inclusive projects for the community. So my question for you, Ma'am Jonathan, is, in your experience, how relevant is gender analysis in ensuring the success of community development projects, and also what are its key advantages and disadvantages? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Piang, for that question. Gender analysis is highly relevant. So, back in a recent project focusing on agricultural practices, we use gender analysis to understand the different roles of men and women play. So when we use it, we discovered that women were primarily responsible for post-harvest activities, yet it is lack access to appropriate technology and training. So these insights help us tailor our intervention to address this gender-based disparity. So the advantages we found that it leads to more equitable outcomes, ensuring that men and women benefit equally. However, the disadvantages can be the time and resources required for thorough analysis, particularly in diverse communities with complex social structure.
Thank you for that, Ms. Lambang. Now let us move forward with Ms. Bedrigan. It is now your turn to ask a question to our guest.
Good day, ma'am. My area of focus is on SWOT analysis. This involves identifying strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats related to a particular project or community issue. So my question to you, ma'am, is now that how effective have you found SWOT analysis in community planning, and what are its practical advantages and disadvantages in your experience?
Thank you, Ms. Betty, for the question. I can say SWOT analysis helps us be a holistic view of the project. For instance, when you are planning a livelihood program, we often use SWOT analysis to identify the community existing skills, which their strengths, lack of resources, which their weaknesses, market demands, their opportunities, and lastly is the potential competition, which is their strengths. So this helps us create a more realistic and effective plan. When it comes to its advantages, SWOT promotes collaborative decision-making, leading to a more sustainable solution. So, however, the disadvantages for this analysis is that it can be overly simplistic if done not properly. So, and it will not fully capture the complexities of the community dynamics.
Excellent points. Thank you so much, Ms. Lambang, for that. Now down to our last inquirer, Mr. Julhari Abu. Your questions, please.
So, greetings of peace and sustainable development, everyone, especially to you, Mom. My area of expertise is problem tree analysis. So, this method visually represents the root cause, contributing factors, and consequences of a specific problem. So, Mom, for my question, how relevant is problem tree analysis in tackling complex community issues, and what are its advantages and disadvantages?
Thank you, Mr. Mr. for that question. So, problem tree analysis is involved in understanding the interconnectedness of the issue. So, we use it one of our project, which is to address the unique problem. So, we use it by mapping out the problem, identifying the factors like lack of skills training. Then number 2, limited job opportunities, and 3, lack of entrepreneurial support. So this helps us prioritize interventions and develop a comprehensive strategy for the project. So when it comes to its advantages, for me, it facilitates a more targeted and effective intervention strategy. But the disadvantages for this analysis, for me, however, is that it can become a quite complex, especially with multifaceted problems in our society. So requiring skills presentation to avoid overwhelming participants.
Thank you, Ms. Lambak, for your insightful responses. This has been a very informative roundtable discussion on the application of participatory methods in community development. We've learned about the gender analysis, which is focused on inclusive development, the strategic use of the SWOT analysis for planning, and of course the problem tree analysis for the utilization of the problem solving power. Thank you so much. But before we conclude, are there any final thoughts you'd like to share with our journalist, Ms. Lamba?
I would like to emphasize the importance of choosing the right participatory method based on the specific context and community needs. So, and let us remember that flexibility and adaptability are key to successful community development.
Thank you again, Ms. Lamba, for your time and of course for sharing your expertise and of course your knowledge. And thank you of course to our journalists that have been very participative and of course very brilliant at asking questions. And that concludes our press conference for today. Go!
This method visually represents the root cause, contributing factors, and consequences of specific problem.